Hey guys, on this episode we go through a number of cool garage sale finds, and then we go through some more what solds as well, so stick around. Alright, well here's everything that we got this weekend. So let me start on the left side this time and walk you through what we picked up. So at one sale, picked up these Doc Marten boots and these Heeley shoes for $35 total. They wanted $25 and $15, but I offered $35, down from $40, and they accepted that. The Doc Martens are really, really nice. We'll have to clean up just a little bit, but I think paying up for both, I think that once these sell, hopefully we'll do well with those. We sold a number of Heelys before. These actually still have the wheels, which is good. They're not obviously inside the shoes, but they have the key that goes along with it, and the key kind of pops out the little covering on the bottom. So, but these are almost in brand new condition. I guess the girl wore them once, didn't like them, and wanted to sell them. So her loss is my gain, I guess. At the next sale, we found this cool vintage backgammon game, and you know my fascination with those, and also a bunch of vintage pins, or almost soon-to-be vintage pins, some patches, and this cool unidentified spoon. Couldn't pass that up either. So when I had picked up all of the pins, had them in my hand, brought the game up there, I knew that they wanted $3 for the game, but I wasn't sure what the cost of the pins were, or the patches, or even the spoon. They had a bunch of jewelry bins that just said, hey, ask for pricing. And I didn't at the time, but I just figured I'd make a bundle deal at the end. And she's like, well, let me just count up everything, and we'll make a deal at the end. She proceeds to count $2 per pin, and I'm thinking to myself, oh man, that's way more than what I wanted to pay. So she ended up coming up with a total of like $55 for everything, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But she's like, no, I'll go down to 25. We'll just do a kind of a bundle deal. And I said, well, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Would you do 20? And she thought about it for a second. She's like, sure, no problem. So I got all of the pins, the patches, the spoon, backgammon game for $20. So I think that wasn't a bad buy. Altogether, if you average that out, it's about 70 cents an item. So not too bad at all. One of the cool things was that inside the backgammon game was this vintage Rubik's Cube brochure from 1980. And I think this was probably included with the actual Rubik's Cube. And it's kind of a fun story or whatnot. I mean, it shows more about the cube, but I figured I'd list that separately. Someone might like that. Don't know. The only other sale that we went to were for these items. Ended up getting all of the books for free, believe it or not. I had one book in my hand. I had that Betty Crocker's cookbook in my hand. She said, oh, well, did you see the sign? All the books are free. I said, well, that's interesting. And so I was looking around and I saw all these other V.C. Andrews books. And whenever we see similar authors or lots with different series in them, we pick them up. The condition on these isn't great. I mean, I think that they were probably stored outside. Some of them are a little crispy, and so they might be a little bit dry rotted, but they're still readable. So, if you sell them for the right price, someone's going to definitely pick them up. And I have some other ones on hand from our other book stock that I can mix in here to entice it a little bit more. But anytime you find a large lot of books like that, I always pick them up. Obviously, this time they were free, so that's the best. But even at 50 cents a piece, you can still do okay. And the other thing that was, of course, really nice there were these canisters, these vintage Looney Tunes canisters. They have a copyright date of 1993 on the bottom, and they only wanted $3 a piece. So not bad at all for those. So I think we did okay. Oh, well, there's one other thing that I forgot. Yesterday, we hit one estate sale. Went to a couple of other ones, didn't find anything. But we found this cool, it's a reproduction. It's a reproduction from 1972, so it's a vintage reproduction. But it's a campaign pin, Roosevelt and Truman. You can kind of see that there. It's pretty neat. Picked it up for 50 cents, and I think they sell on eBay for about $5 or so. So not too bad. But all in all, I think we did okay for this weekend. Again, this time of year, it's really hard to find quality stuff. And so I think the pins will definitely work out well. There's some really good ones in here. I was just doing some research. That Aspen pin with Snoopy has a good sold comp on there. And some of these other ones, they're new technically. So I think I saw one like this for maybe even $20. So, that would pretty much sell one pin and you pay for the entire lot. So that's cool. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video and appreciate you watching. Thank you. Okay guys, let's go ahead and transition over to the what sold part of the video. So unfortunately, I don't have a ton to go through. Sales have been down on all 3 platforms, but we press forward nonetheless. So the dates in question for this segment are from August 7 through August 13. So that's the time frame in which these items sold. And of course, we start with eBay. And the first item from our eBay store was this vintage factory sealed 1997 Scream VHS tape, and it sold for $29.99 plus shipping. The next item to sell out of the store was this discontinued Ziploc vacuum bag refill. It was a box of 8-gallon size bags. These were designed to be used with a vacuum pump, and these are discontinued, so they're no longer made, which is why they command such a premium. But this box sold for $22.99 plus shipping. Next up was this 2017 Waterford Annual Crystal Snowflake Pierced Ornament, and it sold for $49.99 plus shipping. Next up, we had this new in package Transformers Optimus Prime War for Cybertron Kingdom, and this was from 2020. This ended up selling for $9.99 plus shipping. Following that, we had this new sealed NYX Super Clicky Matte Lipstick in Chain Reaction Pink, and it sold for $6.99 free shipping. The next item to sell was another hand-blown glass owl. This time it was a blue one, and it sold for $4.99 plus shipping. And because sales have been so slow, we did end up sending out a bunch of offers to folks. And this lot of books actually sold on a best offer. This was that vintage lot of 13 Time Life Mysteries of the Unknown series. And these ended up selling for $37.59, again on best offer, plus shipping. And the next item to sell was also on best offer. This was the pair of vintage 1994 Levi's 560s. And these ended up selling for $46.99 plus shipping. The next item up was another pair of pants. This was actually a really quick sale. This was a same-day sale, so they sold the same day that I listed them. These were the Red Ape men's size 36, gray embroidered back straight leg denim jeans, and these ended up selling for $24.99 plus shipping. Up next, another best offer. This was the Disney women's size large Sleep First Eeyore pattern fleece sleep shirt, and this ended up selling for $12.21 plus shipping. And following that, another best offer for another Transformer. This time it was Rat Trap, new in package, again from the War for Cybertron Kingdom series, and this one sold for $9.39 plus shipping. Up next, we had this set of vintage Oneida William A. Rogers stainless in the Fenway pattern. This was a set of 12 iced teaspoons, and these sold for $14.99 plus shipping. And these next items to sell were a recent garage sale pickup. These were the Converse Chuck Taylor Glam Gold Leopard Print sneakers, and these sold for $32.89 plus shipping. Next up was this vintage 1998 Wilton Choo Choo Train. It was a 2-piece 3D train birthday cake pan, and it sold for $9.99 plus shipping. And the last eBay sale from this time period was for this Lego manual. This was a set of 2 manuals from the Lego Friends Pop Star Show Stage set, and they sold for $3.99 plus shipping. So again, not a ton of eBay sales during this time frame. I think with back to school and the end of summer, people are not spending as much time online. So I think that our sales have suffered slightly as a result. However, we are approaching fourth quarter, so I'm hopeful that sales tick back up. Now, on a recent note, I have been following our metrics as far as our impressions and our page views, and those have actually been on a very upward trend. So if you recall from a couple of videos back where we talked about our eBay impressions, they were hovering around the 75,000 per day figure, and because of the eBay glitch, they kind of dropped way off the cliff. Well, they started to rise back up, and now some days have been averaging over 100,000 impressions per day. And as a result, the number of page views has also gone up. So those are two definitely promising signs that there is more traffic coming to the store. So if we can just get some more sales out of that, that would be great news. But regardless, we do press forward, and now we'll talk about the Mercari sales. So Mercari, again, has been hit or miss. And yeah, sales are down on Mercari as well, but again, it's back to school. I'm hopeful that once all the kids are settled in and the parents are bored throughout the day, they're going to be online shopping, and they're going to be at my store as well as yours. So let's dive into those Mercari sales. We'll start off the Mercari sales with this cute 8-inch Lion King stuffed Nala toy, and she sold for $9 plus shipping. Next up, another plush, ironically enough. This was a DreamWorks plush from the movie Trolls. This was Cooper, a large 24-inch plush, and he sold for $12 plus shipping. Following that was this vintage 6.5-inch tall Michael Ricker policeman first responder pewter figurine, and he sold for $25 plus shipping. Following that was this set of crafting stamps. This was a Stampin' Up! Summer Splash set, a 7-piece wood mount rubber stamp set, and this sold for $10, free shipping. Next up was this pair of Blowfish size 12 estimate gray floral sneakers with zipper and rivet accents. These ended up selling for $25, free shipping. Next up was this vintage 1993 Sears Roebuck mail order catalog, and this ended up selling for $8 plus shipping. And the last sale from our Mercari store was the set of 3 Thai Beanie Babies. These were the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria bears, and together they sold for $15 plus shipping. And as always, we close out the sales section of the video by looking at Poshmark. We start off with this new with tags Granimals 2-pack boys size 6 elastic waist shorts. These sold for $9 plus shipping. And of course, this was a Gina consignment sale. And the last item to sell from Poshmark was this Nordic Ware heavy aluminum tombstone graveyard cakelet pan. And it sold for $17 plus shipping. Okay guys, that's all that I had for today's video. So I'm trying something a little bit different. In addition to uploading all of my videos to YouTube, I have created a Rumble channel as well, and I'm uploading all of my historical videos up there first. And when I catch up with the most recent video that I'm making now, I'll be able to simulcast and basically cross-list like I do on eBay and Poshmark. I'll be able to cross-list over to YouTube and Rumble. So if you are more inclined to watch the video series over there, feel free. Go ahead and click the follow button on Rumble so that you'll be notified when new videos appear. And of course, if you like this content on YouTube, go ahead and click the subscribe button on YouTube as well. Either way, go ahead and like the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.